as someone who's a sales professional, as a consultant, as a professor, what advice would you have to the class of 2023 on selling themselves and defining what success means to them?
Well, I think to me those are two different things, right? Defining what, how to sell themselves and what success means. I think how to sell themselves is what we just talked about, understanding the other perspective. In today's day and age, there's so much information available. There is no reason why you should come into a conversation unprepared. You can find Google, Chat GPT, whatever you need to learn about the topic. And whenever you enter the conversation, whether it be with a recruiter, with a new boss, with a current boss, whatever, you can come prepared with information. So that's the easy part. I'm always surprised that people don't do that, especially in today's day and age. Again, communicate to the other person. That's really important. And I think for a new graduate, networking. But again, most people hear networking, they hear, hey, I'm going to send Miguel a LinkedIn request. He's part of my network now. So we're our LinkedIn. He's my network. He is not your network. I always joke around and tell students, network's like dating. You have to keep it up. You have to, hey, how's it going? But not about yourself, but about them. Hey, I saw this article you might be interesting that you may want to read. Hey, this is something that I could use your perspective. You need to network with individuals because in life, it's amazing how your network pays off. Bad networkers make it about themselves. And I think the other thing that I would say about being successful, I think we do is disjustice to new graduates to talk about being their authentic self.
Right.
And that's a little bit controversial what I'm about to say, but companies have their own culture. Every company, large or small, has their own culture. They don't. If you have a company of 1,000 people, you don't have 1,000 different cultures of your authentic employee self.
Right.
Right. The job of an employee is try to be as authentic as possible within the realms of the company culture. Now, it's easier if the two are more aligned. But again, I know nobody, regardless of background, who is not a little bit different at work, right? And I think when we tell people be authentic self, be you have to align to the company culture. There are certain norms that companies have. There are certain rules, regulations, unwritten rules. The quicker you understand those things, the more you're able to leverage that information. Your ability to, I call play the game, is going to make you more successful than thinking that your authentic self. Because again, as a culture, as I'm driving my culture, when I have my team of 400 people, there's a culture in place.
Right.
You can be as authentic as you want to as long as you fit that culture. And when you break the cultural norms, then you become a distraction. Right. I always think about back in the day, the San Francisco 49ers, their head coach, Walsh, he would release their best players. He would release good players because they didn't fit the culture. He realized that culture was more important than individual and maybe a high performer. So the reason I think it's important because, again, we're in this age of authenticity. I get it. It's important to be who you are, but you have to align to what the culture of the company is. If not, you'll be a standout, and you won't last there long. And that happens all the time.